Tripwire Interactive is finally listening to the Killing Floor community after like a year, and they are finally separating characters from perks. Now, this is coming from a recent Instagram post. As of right now, it was posted about 4 hours ago on March 7th, 2025, and it says as following. Dear Killing Floor fans, we've made the decision to postpone Killing Floor 3's launch to an undecided date later in 2025. So it was supposed to come out later this month in March. Now it's supposed to come out later this year. After taking the time to gather and discuss feedback from our recent closed beta, we've realized that we missed the mark. Yeah, I myself haven't played it, the beta, but from what I saw and heard, yeah, they missed the mark a little bit. Our goal isn't just to make Killing Floor 3 an ambitious step forward for the franchise, but also to maintain the core experience that you've come to know and love. Yeah, I mean, from the footage I saw and from what everyone was saying, this just isn't a Killing Floor game. It's a generic bloodbath shooter, from what I saw and heard. With the full support of our parent company, Embracer Group, I didn't know Embracer Group owned them, we're working together on a timeline to address many of the common issues players had during the beta, including performance/stability, I heard it had some bugs, UI/UX, lighting, and weapon feel. The guns of Killing Floor 3 just did not look like Killing Floor guns, so that's good. While it's too early to say which fixes will be implemented by launch, we can confirm that an update allowing you to independently select your perk class and character is planned for post-release. Thank you, Tripwire. You know, it only took the players a bloody year of asking for them to undo this, for them to finally do something. It's like, thank you, Tripwire. You know, in this day and age, it is so rare to see a developer listen, and even though it took Tripwire a year, or 8 months, however long it's been since they announced that, at least they finally said that they're going to change it. We look forward to another opportunity to show you a more polished version of Killing Floor 3, and when we're ready to share more details, you will be the first to know. Until then, we thank you for your continued patience and overwhelming support. Sincerely, the Tripwire Interactive Development Team. So they pretty much said they're going to fix some performance issues, mess around with the weapons some, but they don't know what else is going to be fixed by launch. That's a small red flag. They're like, hey, we're gonna have some of the issues fixed by launch, but we don't know which ones. So it's like, wait a second. Are you saying that there still could be some of these issues at launch, but at least this isn't going to be a hero shooter? Like, that was my number one issue with Killing Floor 3, and the number one reason I wasn't going to buy it, technically the number two, because my poor laptop can't handle Killing Floor 3. I was going to have to just wait until ever I get a better console, but that's kind of off topic. The number one thing I was worried about with this game was like, was it being a hero shooter. And it was initially going to be even worse. Like, initially it was going to be like weapons were locked to a perk. They did finally undo that, and now they're finally separating perks and characters, and that is like, thank you, Tripwire. Thank you. And they've said, they're going to maintain the core experience that you've come to know and love. I'm not really sure what exactly they mean by that. I mean, like I said, the game just looked like a generic horde shooter with a lot of blood. It just didn't look or feel like Killing Floor from what I heard. I can't remember who made this video, but he was saying like playing the game on the maximum difficulty or on hard difficulty was like really easy compared to the first two games, and he said it felt like it was really just for more casual players. Like, they weren't trying to cater to the Killing Floor community, they were just trying to bring in more players, which was something that was a red flag to me really early on. Like, really early on, they were like, we're trying to cater to modern audiences, and that's like, because like in this day and age, whenever a developer says, oh, it's for the modern audience, turn around and run. Like the song on Killing Floor 2, Turn Your Back and Run. That's a great song, by the way, by Demon Hunter. But so it appears that they're seeing that making your games for a modern audience doesn't exactly work. People don't like that. And in Killing Floor 3, this looks good. This looks like we're making some progress. And being honest, I think one of the biggest reasons we're seeing some degree of action is I honestly don't think Tripwire can afford for Killing Floor 3 to fail. Like, I just don't think they have the funds for this game to fail. I think if this game fails, that could be the end of Tripwire Interactive, and they're like, okay, we have to listen. Like, this is we got to do something. Now, I am still worried that this game's going to have battle passes, and apparently there's a big microtransaction community. From what it looks like, it's worse than it was in the second game. So it still doesn't look like it's going to be, Killing Floor 1, Killing Floor 2 quality, but it looks like it's going to be a huge improvement versus what it was going to be, assuming Tripwire stays true to their word and they do make some improvements. And yeah, that is all from me for today, really. And I did note earlier that I won't be buying Killing Floor 3 on launch. Probably, since I just don't have a device to play it on right now. Hopefully, by the time it does come out, I would have been able to save up enough money to get like a PS5 or a Series X so that I could play it. But we'll just see how things go from now. And yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you, Tripwire, for finally listening. And for anyone new to my channel, I mostly play, review, and discuss zombie and horror games, so feel free to check out some of my other content if that maybe sounds interesting. And always remember that Jesus loves you all very much. Have a blessed day. Peace.